This time we're looking at a movie about the great American pastime. No, not that one. I'm talking about baseball. Hey, friends. Before we start, hey, check this out. You like my T-shirt there? Can you see that there? I got this off of Chowdaheadz.com. they aren't sponsoring me or anything. I just like the shirt, so I thought I'd tell you where I got it from, if you wanted one. They make New England themed shirts and stuff. Now I'll link to their website for you down below. Anyway, baseball. As summer comes around, baseball season is in full swing, and it puts me in mind of baseball movies. There's a lot of good baseball movies. Bull Durham, The Natural, 8 Men Out, Pride of the Yankees, and then there's Cobb. Yeah, you probably not heard of this one, and for several reasons. First, when this movie came out in 1994, it bombed hard at the box office. It was one of several 90s films with retro appeal that never found an audience. We've talked about some of those before, like The Phantom and The Rocketeer. Second, the original source material the movie was based on was later debunked and discredited. Third, the character of Cobb, as depicted here, is not very likable, which may have been a turnoff for audiences. Cobb purports to tell the true story of baseball legend Ty Cobb's life and career. The movie is set in 1961, and an elderly Ty Cobb wants help in writing his biography before he dies. To that end, he gets in contact with an up-and-coming sportswriter, Stump. Over the course of several weeks, Stump is given a chance to see the real Ty Cobb up close and personal, and what he sees is very much at odds with what he hoped for. Cobb is an egotist, vulgar, aggressive, bigoted, reckless, and even violent. Stump doesn't want the job, but fascinated with the truth behind the legend, he stays. Cobb insists that the book be a glowing story of the greatest baseball player of all time, and Stump writes that book. Secretly, however, he's writing a second and much less flattering book, what he sees as the real truth behind Ty Cobb. Cobb stars Tommy Lee Jones as the famous baseball player and Robert Whul as the sportswriter Stump. There was a point in the 1990s when Tommy Lee Jones was everywhere. It seemed as if you couldn't go see a movie that didn't have Tommy Lee Jones in it. And although Cobb is not a true or even accurate portrait of Ty Cobb, you'd think this role was tailor-made for Tommy Lee Jones. He's all in here, and he's very good. He had to make most of this movie while recovering from a broken leg, so most of the baseball plays were shot at the end of production. Robert Whul as Stump basically plays the same character he played in Batman, the reporter in the '89 Batman. He's pretty much hitting all the same notes here. One downside I found is that there's some narration from his character, some voiceover. It wasn't very good. It isn't the fact that there's some narration, it's more his delivery in it. It's not a deal breaker, but it just didn't work for me. One cool thing is that Stump smokes a pipe, and in the movie, Whul used a pipe that was owned by the real-life Stump. The real Stump wrote 2 books about Cobb, and in later years he was criticized for making up or elaborating stories and events to make Cobb look more like a villain. And one of those books was the source material for the movie. So, for example, Cobb in the movie is depicted as mercurial and even violent, but people who knew Cobb said that while he could be tough, even combative, he wasn't what we see on the screen. He's also shown as openly bigoted, which was false. The real Ty Cobb was supportive and even vocally so about integration in baseball. Still, in spite of that, there's a lot of great stuff here. The movie is practically perfect in depicting its time and place. It really looks like 1961, or in the flashbacks, what old-time baseball was like. True, casinos were not a thing in Reno at the time, and you see some here, but there's very few slip-ups for a modern movie set in the past. I'm giving this one 2.5 paws. Well, flawed and even inaccurate as a biopic, there's more than enough here to merit a watch by fans of movies and the great game of baseball. Cobb is available on VHS, DVD, and digitally from Amazon Prime. Well, that's all I have for you this time. I'll be back soon with another video. In the meantime, play ball!